Alright then. Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Flenjor Pod featuring myself, YMZco, and it is only me in the studio today. Unfortunately, due to miscommunication between me and my co-host, Chronic, he's not able to be here for the recording. He is abroad right now, I believe in Turkey, living his best life. Well, me, I'm stuck in this shitty England. It's meant to be sunny and it's been raining since yesterday. Yesterday I got caught in monsoon rain. Fucking monsoon rain. Fuck it, I don't care, I'm gonna swear. The rain was so rainy that, oh my god, I stepped out my front door and it was just flooded. It was flooded. Like I had to step into a puddle. There was nowhere for me to step. Basically, all the street things, all the sidewalks were filled with water. Immediately I went out. Imagine I wore my big ass jacket in summer. Can you imagine big summer? Immediately I went out. I was soaked down to my boxers. My socks were soaked. My trainers were soaked. My boxers were soaked. My obviously tracksuit bottoms were soaked. Everything was soaked. I was just thinking, is this life? Or because I want to go to McDonald's. Anyway, that's the end of that rant. Next rant. I just want to listen. This is not going to be like a normal episode. It's just going to be me talking to you lot. It's not going to be a discussion. It's not going to be an argument. It's just going to be me talking. So if you do have anything to say to say opposing anything that I do talk about today, well, leave it in the comments. Realistically, yeah, this is not going to be regular. I mean, if you look like the shit that I talk about, then I might make it a separate segment. Do you know what I mean? To the normal podcast. But as of right now, this is a one-time thing only. All right, let's get on with it. The first thing I want to talk about is my friends who also flocked me today. All flocked me last minute. Do have reasons, to be honest. Some have valid reasons. Side eye. I just know that if it was like the 3 shots of tequila man them that called you, you would make yourself available in it. There's no other thing there's nothing that will keep you away from, you know what I mean, from or said opportunity. It's because it's just me and it's just little old Zico. Anyway, I ain't mad at you. Can I believe you? Do your thing, homie. I feel like this mic is gonna fall down. I don't think it's held up properly. Let me adjust this. 1 second, people. Okay, that is much better. Also, these are the only visual. These are the first visuals that you'll be receiving on YouTube. Or the reason why we didn't have visuals for the other 2 episodes, as you know, episode 1 and 2 is already out. This is episode 3. The reason why we didn't have visuals for the other ones is because, realistically, all this stuff, I'm learning as I go along. So literally, I've never done any kind of content recording before, any kind of like video editing, any kind of audio editing. One day, I've been deciding to do this pod from 2021, basically, when obviously I was in when I was on an extended holiday. It was part of the things that I wrote in my plans to do when I come out. So here I am doing it. So all this equipment, literally one day I've just decided that, you know what? Fuck it. I want to go and buy everything. Bought a mic, bought the or if you've been on my socials, my TikTok and whatever, you will see my whole studio setup. So it's set up for audio record, like music recording, obviously, and then I decided to buy the podcast equipment after. Well, it's been a huge learning curve. Like for instance, the first interface I bought only had 2 inputs and 2 outputs. Now 2 outputs is enough because we only use the left and right speaker in here. But the 2 inputs meant we can only attach 2 mics. And then I realized, hold on, what happens when we get guests? So as you can see, this interface is right in front of me here. This Behringer interface has 4 inputs, and yeah, I literally just got that a couple of days ago because, like I said, some of my friends were meant to join me since Chronic is not here. You know what I mean, to have opposing views on whatever conversation we had, but unfortunately they couldn't come. But anyway, it's gonna come in handy later because right now I've got 3 mics. Need to buy 1 more realistically. But yeah, we're good for now. We're good for now. So yeah, literally decided one day I'm gonna go buy all the equipment. Fuck it if no one's on it. Like sometimes in life you have to make the first move. You think the people are. Sometimes you think, you know what I mean. You wait for somebody else to make a first move, but you can't wait for no one in this life. You gotta make a first move. Do you understand? Because I did speak to a few people about it when I was doing it before we started, and a lot of people were on board, but weren't really. I'll be honest, a lot of people were on board, weren't on job. So they let's do this, but they weren't making any moves towards doing it. So I just thought, fuck it, buy everything. Do you know what I mean? And I'm doing it in my yard because I don't want to spend money on studio because realistically, the money I spent on this place, yeah, it was not too expensive. Like a couple, all the equipment together cost me a couple grand. But I mean, if I was going to the studio, episode 1, episode 2, episode 3, that's about £300-400 already. Do you understand? So here, being in my own space, I can take my time. I can, lounge about. Right now, I'm in loungewear. Actually, I'm in outdoor wear, but comfy wear. Because I'm indoors. You know what I mean? I'm in my house. As you can tell, if you've seen the promo material from the other episodes, it was a different studio setup. I'm in a different apartment now. I've got a new apartment. So yeah, this is where I'll be. This is the new space. And to be honest, I hope you enjoy what we have to offer, what the Flenjor Pod has to offer. Oh yeah, that's another thing. If you notice from episode 1 to episode 2 to episode 3, episode 1 and episode 2, different to episode 3 in the sense that our name is now different. So you heard us talking about the FG podcast in episode 1 and 2, but it's not the FG podcast anymore. I know you're probably wondering why, and if you're not wondering why, it doesn't matter. I'm going to tell you why anyway. See rain. Alright, forget about the rain. The reason why we changed the name, you see, imagine in July. This is July, summer. Look at the rain, monsoon rain. Anyway, the reason why we changed the name is because first and foremost, there was a few FG podcasts online. Yeah, the FG podcast, and we didn't want our podcast to get mixed up with other people's podcasts, especially seeing that those podcasts weren't really consistent. So I was like, just wanted to break that, break the spell of inconsistency with the FG podcast name. Second episode was realistically the connotations that the G in FG stood for gang. So it's Flenjor Gang. So it was the Flenjor Gang podcast. Negative connotations towards the word gang. Didn't really want to involve it in this, so wanted to remove it. And the Flenjor Pod, I'm not gonna lie, just sounds so much like, it's the Flenjor Pod. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, something about it it resonated with me well. So now we are called the Flenjor Pod. So on all socials, we are the Flenjor Pod. On Twitter, on Instagram, on TikTok. Actually, we haven't created a Snapchat yet, which I think, I'll probably get onto that. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm happy for all the support that we've gotten so far. Some of you are happy to hear me and Chronic chat shit, and just tell our stories of our past. Because in all honesty, I've got so many stories to tell. If I give you a brief synopsis of my life, you'll understand why. From when they banned me, to the age of 7, I lived in Camberwell. From 7 years old, moved out of Camberwell to Bermondsey. And where I grew up in Camberwell was on the border of Camberwell and Peckham. So on the Peckham, because if you know Camberwell, the Camberwell has two sides. Camberwell has the Brixton side and has the Peckham side. I was born on the I lived on the Peckham side from when I was born to when I was 7 years old. Southampton way, if you know that. If you know, just off Southampton way. Yeah. Age of 7, moved to Bermondsey. Age of 9, moved to Nigeria for a year. Age of 10, came back to England. Age of 12, moved back to Nigeria. Age 13 was in a different school in Nigeria. Age 14 was in a different school in Nigeria. 2 years later, end of secondary school, back in England, college, 3 years, and then uni. So as you can see, I've moved around a lot in my life. So I've experienced so much, met so many different people of so many different calibers, been involved in so much. And yeah, this podcast realistically is a platform for me and Chronic to tell our stories. When I first initially thought of the idea, when I was sitting down, to be honest, I'll be honest, 100% honest, I'll be completely honest. Chronic wasn't part of the plan. No one was part of the plan. I just knew I wanted to do a podcast. I didn't know who I was going to do it with, but I knew it's something that I wanted to do. Mainly, so I can't talk on why Chronic decided to do a podcast, but the reason why I decided to do a podcast is because I have a lot of stories to tell from different walks of my life, and a lot of funny stories, a lot of, do you know what I mean, dramatic stories, but all in all, my life has been quite entertaining. If I was to watch it on the movie reel, I think, boy, I don't know, it will definitely get like at least a 4-star rating. All right, drink time. At my age, I'm spilling drink. What the hell? Yeah, this, by the way, is I think it's called a Cubanito. It's basically rum, lime, and Coke. And the rum I'm drinking, I don't know if this is free promo now, I don't care. But basically it's Red Leg rum. It is a spiced rum that's infused with vanilla and ginger, and it muy delicioso. I love it. That's basically my favorite rum right now. That's the one. Know what I'm saying? Nah, I mean. But I feel like I should close that window because it's raining and I don't want rain to come in. But I don't really want to stand up from this spot. Actually, you know what? Excuse me. Give me 2 seconds. But yeah, that's what I was saying. This episode today is gonna be a short episode. Normally our episodes are, I think the last 2 episodes were hour 20 and hour 30 minutes or something along the lines of that. But seeing as it's just me, I don't want you lot to get bored of me just chatting shit. Even though if you like, be bored, just come on for this place. But I haven't got a lot to talk about. I just got random shit that I want to talk about. I might start talking about World War II at some point. But actually, fuck it. Let me get into that. Random. Do you know that 27 million Russians died in World War II? No, you don't. Because the propaganda of this country will never allow you to know that. They always rave on about 6 million Jews died. But they never actually talk about Russians. Why is that? Propaganda. That's why whatever's happening in Russia and Ukraine right now, you can't listen to whatever they're saying. Because they never give you the full story. They've never given us the full story. Look what happened with COVID. They never gave us the full story. But anyway, we move, Sha. Yeah. So right now, today, you know what, yeah, I think I need to get a new table because this is not making any sense. Ah! Oh, God. Oh. But yeah, man, if you're drinking something, if you're not drinking something, pour something into your cup. If you want to smoke something, go and roast something and go and build it up. If your own is to go and sex something, you want to sex something, go and call her up or him. But yeah, I'm going to start doing polls on the socials that we have as well, to find out what you lot want to hear from us. Yeah, find out what you want to hear from us, what you want us to talk about. Stories, you know. I feel like when me and Chronic are going back to back, the stories will just be dropping out because there's so many stories that right now, when I'm even thinking about it in my head, I don't know what to tell you lot. No, I'm just like, where do I start? I'm gonna tell a story about when my housemate was arrested. So boom, we're in uni. This is 2017. I know you don't mind me talking about it. It doesn't matter because since then I've been arrested as well. I've gone through worse than him. So I'm gonna tell you a story right now. When we're in uni, we've gone to a let's say it's a drum and bass event, drum bass and electronica. You know the yeah, we've gone for one of them. Now, one of my friends has decided to, let's just say, go in with some stuff, some sweets, you know. I don't know what he was doing with those sweets. They said that he was trying to sell the sweets to people. All I know is that I didn't get in that night. He got in. So, okay, basically, three of us went to the party. Yeah. One person already had people there waiting for him. I couldn't get in because, unfortunately, Sniffer Dog sniffed me maybe it's because I was smoking weed or whatever. I don't know. Sniffer Dog sniffed me and they said, yeah, it's identified me as positive, so I can't go in. Which was not fuck them, innit? But I couldn't go in. One of my brethren that went with me told me, yeah, he said if I can't get in, he's not going in, innit? Cool. The third brethren said, hey, I'm going in. I'm not sorry, I can't lie, but I gotta go in. Anyway, he's the one that had the sweets on him. He went into the party. He was doing his thing. Me and my other brethren went somewhere else. Next thing, about a couple hours later, we just get a text saying, yo, Shawnee's been stopped by security and they're calling the police. They've held him. So they're thinking, what the fuck? Yes. Then we get another message. Oh, shit. Shit, did I mention his name? Oh. Then we get another message. He's been arrested. Oh. So we've run home. We've cleared out all this stuff, all the stuff that we could find or that we knew that was there. And we're thinking, all right, cool. Police are going to come anytime, any moment. Then they end up coming. If you've been arrested before, or you know anyone that's been arrested before, you know that if they go to raid the yard, they go literally like an hour after they've been arrested, or not long after, basically. On this occasion, they have not come straight away. So me and my friend are in the house, waiting for the police to come. No police have come. Turns out they went to the wrong address at first. So they ended up. So he got arrested around, I'll say 12 midnight. And they didn't come to our house until 12 midday. So 12 hours later. So what's happened is that we're sitting in the living room, me and my friend and two girls. We're sitting in the living room about to bill it. We were about to bill it. And then we just hear knock on the door. Knock, knock, knock. At that point, I'm thinking, who's that? Because from when they haven't come, within the first couple hours, I'm thinking they're not coming no more. Just that I mean. So I've heard knock, knock, knock on the door. And then next thing, we've heard keys in the door. Now, who knocks and puts keys in the door? So I've jumped up now because I'm a bit paro anyway. I've jumped up, gone to the stairs. I'm seeing a bag of feds coming up the stairs. I said, yo, they said, police, we got a warrant. I said, yo, wait, chill. Said, police, we got a warrant. I said, chill. Said, police, we got a warrant. I said, stop. As I said, stop, yeah, affirmative, I'm not gonna lie, affirmative, stop. They stopped. I said, who's been arrested? He said, oh, whatever, we got a warrant. I said, let me see your warrant. Show me the warrant. I said, this is the person that got arrested, yeah? They're like, yeah. I said, that's his room. You can only search his room and the communal areas. You can't search anywhere else. You see when I said that, yeah? What did I tell you there? They came squadded it up. Squadded it. Like, I believe, yeah, that they've been monitoring our house, innit? So, when they found the opportunity to come in there, they came squadded up. There were 6 officers. If you know about when they raid someone's house after they've been arrested or whatever, maybe a couple officers go around to the yard. 6 police officers came. They came with a bully van. They came ready to take everyone in the house. They even had a taser unit. They had somebody with a taser. I said, what you got that for? They was like, oh, just in case. I said, in case of what? Where did you think you were coming to? El Chapo's den. Like, what the fuck? Anyway, when I told them that that's his room, you can only search his room and the communal areas, they've all looked at each other and their shoulders have just gone down. Like, raw. We weren't expecting. So I'm sure some of them didn't even know that law. But basically, what I realized the intention was to come in there, raid everywhere, and arrest everyone in the house. That's why when you're doing certain things, you got to know your laws. Do you know what I mean? Whether you're driving illegally or whatever, you got to know your laws, innit? You got to know how to cover yourself. Anyway, he said, how do I know that you're not just going to show me your box room? The main officer said to me. I said, I can show you a letter from, a piece of an ID in everyone's room. Do you know what I mean? To show you that that's everyone's room and that's his room. I said, but you're not allowed to search it. Anyway, we've gone to the downstairs room first, showing him his ID because he wasn't in. So I've showed them a piece of paper with his name on it. Like, alright, cool, that's his room. My next brethren showing them his room, and while he's showing them his room, I want to show the main officer, the same officer that was showing me the warrant and everything. I want to show him my room. When I went to show him my room, I'm not gonna lie, was smelling danky. And I can talk on this because I've been arrested for it, I've been convicted, and I've been whatever. It's done and dusted. So, you know what I mean? I've been done for it, so I can talk about it. Next to the police officer's foot, yeah. Well, this is what I think it was. Let's just say next to the police officer's foot was a backpack containing some smelly stuff. And he came into my room and I showed him my ID and he said, I smell something in this room, but that's not what I'm here for. I looked at him in his face and I said, like, I didn't say nothing. I was like, yeah, clearly that's not what you came for. So get the fuck out of my room. Like, I'm not even entertaining that at this point because I know you have no powers to search this room. You came to check ID. This is not why you're here. So he left my room. Lord knows, yeah, what was in that backpack here was enough. Anyway, searching his room. These times, me and my friend know that we've cleared out the room anyway, man. There's nothing there, man. So we're just chilling now in the living room, waiting for them to do their thing. All we hear now is, "Oh, can you get us some evidence bags, please?" Evidence bags? What the fuck are you talking about? Me and my friend have looked at each other like, yo, evidence bags? Going with the evidence bag. They brought the evidence bag out. Don't know what's in the evidence bag. Can't really see it. I think it was the brown evidence bag, so you can't really see what's in them. Whoa, that rain is raining. You know what, yeah, I either have to turn down the gain on this or I have to go and close that window. I think I'm going to close. Alright, let me close that window and finish the story. Okay, that should be better. Anyway, yeah, so what was I saying? So, yeah, so they've come back out of the evidence bag and they're going towards the car. So my friends asked the officer, said, "Raw, did you find anything in there that's gonna get my friend in trouble?" And the officer said, "Potentially." So we're looking at each other like, what the fuck? Anyway, they're on their way out. They're trying to make conversation with us. But these times, I had an AK-47 BB gun. Like, we used to have BB gun wars in the house. So one of my brethren in the house bought 4 BB guns. Well, he bought 2, but then he got 2 extra for free on the mystery box, whatever. He had 2 handguns and 2 shotguns, BB guns. Yeah. When he bought that, and obviously it started wars in the house, I said, yeah, alright, cool. Me, I like to go overboard with anything. If you know me, yeah, you know I like to go overboard with whatever I do. I went to go and buy the biggest, baddest gun I could find. An AK-47 battery-powered BB gun. Where, you know, yeah, at some point I'm going to put it on, I have the Instagram on the Flenjor Pod Insta or whatever, so you can see it. Full-size AK-47, half metal, half plastic. When I tell you, yeah, the BBs they used to fire at 390 feet per second, I think, or 400 feet per second. Basically, it was so powerful that one day I shot my friend's measuring jug, and it went through and through. And then I put on automatic and squeezed the trigger and let all 50 BBs into it. There was nothing left of the of the measuring jug. When I tell you, it was obliterated. Like, plastic bits were flying all over the kitchen. And then when he got home, he was like, "Oh, you violated." I was like, anyway, but the box that it came in was was near the entrance of the yard. So the police looked at it. I said, oh, whose gun's that? Now I'm thinking to myself, yeah, I looked at my brethren, me and him looked at each other again. It's like we always know what each other are thinking. I looked at him again. I was like, bro, like, did you not think that it's something that it's not? He's like, oh no, it's alright. Like, it's not illegal. Like, just wanted to know whose it is. I was like, yeah, it's mine. What? I said, yeah, it's mine. And I can't remember if they asked where is it or whatever, but well, no, I think it was in my room, but I didn't bring it down anyway. But then they were trying to force conversation. I was thinking, just get out of the house, man. Like, just get out. Anyway, they got out. About 6 hours later, my friends come home. Was it 6 hours later? He was there for a long time. Anyway, because remember, he's been nicked from 12 midnight. So he ended up coming home around like 7 or 8 p.m. Do you know what I mean? 7 or 8 p.m. So he's been in there for like what? 7 or 8, so about 19, 20 hours he's been detained. He's come back here and said, oh, bro, what happened? What did they take from your room? 'Cause obviously in the interview they're going to show you what they found and whatever. I said, bruv. I said, no, what happened? What did you get nicked for? I said, fam, they found 2 sweets and 2 packs of whatever on me, blah, blah. Oh, but that's not enough to think. It's like, yeah, man, but when they went to my room, he said, they found 100 sweets. I said, what? It's like, yeah, man, obviously you look cleared or whatever, but fam, there was 100 sweets that I was meant to give to so-and-so, man. And my man didn't come and collect it, and I forgot that it was there. Like, it was I put it in a different space, in a different spot. I said, oh my God. This guy was stressed out. I felt it for him, man. But yeah, they basically nicked him, found 100 sweets. If you know what I'm talking about, if you know what sweets are, if you really know, if you know, you know, innit? But they found over 100 sweets, 2 sweets on him, and 2 packs. So that was it. And then his case went on for like 3 years. I felt sorry for him. Like, that was 2017, December 2017. They didn't sentence him until, I believe, July 2020 or something like that. So yeah, man, mad. But thank God he got a suspended sentence, skipped jail, and yeah, everything was blessed. But anyway, that's just the one story that out of many that I had. This is, like I said, this is going to be a short episode today, so that's all I'm going to give you. I hope you enjoyed it to some extent. Do you know what I mean? It's very hard. I'm not gonna lie. Like I said in the first episode, you can't just get in better. You gotta step up. And obviously, you've never done anything like this before. This is our first time. Me and Chronic. Actually, I don't know if it's Chronic's first time. This is my first time anyway. Let me stop speaking for next man. Let me speak for myself. This is my first time doing anything like this. So, you know what I mean? I'm learning on the job as well. All the editing, I'm learning as I go along. The reason why this episode is going to be late today is because, do you know what I mean? I've had to learn how to... I bought all the equipment to record directly into the camera. Unfortunately, the YouTube video that I watched was a bit wrong. So I had to find out how to do this and do that and use Apple. Hey, listen, shout out to Apple, innit? Because having multiple Apple products just made everything easier. Everything's synced and everything works with each other in unison. So yeah, at the end of the day, shout out Steve Jobs and them man there. Yeah, we're just obviously as I learn how to edit properly, how to do multiple camera angles as well. Because like I said, there's things that I'm learning on the job. I'm not going to a studio. I haven't got a big, I haven't got nothing behind me. It's me, the mic, the interface, and my laptop, and the camera, of course. So yeah, I hope you lot enjoyed the story that I told. You know, it's just a little insight into things that I've got to talk about. I've got loads and loads to talk about: traffic stops, business deals, artist management when I was doing that. Do you know what I mean? Music videos, all sorts of stuff. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this episode of the Flenjor Pod. Ladies and gentlemen, I am your host, YM Zico, Big Dog. Big pimping. Big. Hey, I'm joking. I'm just Zico, man. I'm just YM Zico, man. I'm just YM. By the way, stands for, if you know, innit. We'll leave that till further episodes. Zico, you know the name. Might not know the origin, but like I said, maybe next episode again, I'll talk about the origins of my name. YM and Zico, two separate names that were merged together by I, because the two names were given to me by two separate people, two separate groups of people. So yeah, guys, I feel like I want to talk some more, but I'm just gonna leave you with that for now. Alright, love, like, comment, subscribe, follow. Please subscribe. That is very important for us. Please subscribe to the YouTube, subscribe to the Spotify, the Apple Music. I'm not sure what's going on with it. I think it's not up right now, but I'm going to find out what is going on, because it should be on Apple Music. So please, once that comes up, follow us on Apple Music. I don't know how Apple Music works. I'm a Spotify man. If you're an Apple Music man, then you're just childish. But follow us on Spotify, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. It is the Flenjor Pod on all of them. I'm due to, by the time you lot get this, I would have made a Snapchat as well. So follow the Snapchat, the Flenjor Pod. That is TheFlenjorPod. The Flenjor Pod. TFP. Get to know hashtag Flenjor Gang, hashtag the Flenjor Pod. Actually, if you want to talk to us about the podcast or on socials, just hashtag the Flenjor Pod. Flenjor Gang is, if you if you wanna, and I'm gonna make this a theme, if you're out and about and enjoying yourself, hashtag the Flenjor Gang. No, not the Flenjor Gang, sorry. Just hashtag Flenjor Gang. Yeah. And every now and then we're gonna be pulling up, put up pictures and that would be the best thing. We're gonna be pulling up pictures, videos and whatever, and throwing them up and showing people what the Flenjor Gang are doing. Because all of you that are involved in listening to this, you're all part of Flenjor Gang. Alright, thanks for listening, and see you again next week. Peace. These colours, have you seen colours? Not an MD, I got Mandy, prescribed to you if you wanna.